Today we are talking about how to color grade your Sony footage using LUTs. And how exciting! I'm recording this intro on my phone and it's the first time. Feels good. So this video is recorded a while ago when I made my own LUTs that I'm selling, which will be linked down below. And the first 10 people to click on that link and use the code Martin10 will get the product for free. So free LUTs down in the description for the first 10 people. But yeah, you don't need a product, it's just a tutorial on how to use LUTs and color grade using LUTs in Adobe Premiere Pro for Sony footage. Alright, so we are in Premiere Pro and I've started a new project here. So first of all, we are going to import our footage. I'm just going to find my footage here on the computer. So I'm just going to import a few clips that I have, something like that. Perfect. And we are going to use, let's say, this clip here, where I just sit in this chair. So let's just pick a part of this, pick apart, choose one part of the clip that we want, so something like that maybe, and pull that into your timeline. So we have the clip here in the timeline, and as you can see, this footage is kind of gray, pale. There's not that much color or contrast or anything in this clip, and that is because I shot it with the A7Riii in S-Log2. But before we can apply the MY LUTs, we need to convert this S-Log footage, which I have here, to a Rec. 709 footage. And what that does is just that it takes this very pale looking footage and turns it into something that looks a bit more normal, I guess you could say. And the best way to do this, I think, is just to go onto your camera manufacturer's website and search for their flat picture profile converter to Rec. 709. So for example, I can show you how to do it with Sony. Open a new browser and just search for something like, in my case I want something like Sony S-Log2 to Rec. 709 converter. So I'm just going to search for Sony S-Log2 to Rec. 709 LUT download, for example. And once I've searched this, I'm just going to press the first link, and here you get to the LUT library of Sony. So this is where they have their own LUTs, and you can scroll down and get to download Sony look profiles. And here is a list of different LUTs, and we want to download here look profile for Resolve S Gamut S-Log2. So we're just going to download this cube file here and just place it somewhere on your desktop or where you want it. Once you have downloaded it, you will have a file on your computer with a .cube file. So when you are in your editing software and want to apply this lookup table to your footage, you can do it in a lot of different ways, but the best way, I personally think, is to use adjustment layers. And now we are talking about Adobe Premiere Pro. So what I'm going to do to apply this LUT that we just downloaded by Sony is that I'm going to create a new item, an adjustment layer with the same video settings as our sequence that is important. Just take that adjustment layer, pull it on top of your clip. Then we want to go to the color tab and make sure that we select the adjustment layer and not the video clip. And then we go to the creative tab, go to look, and you want to go, here are a few different built-in lookup tables into Premiere Pro, but we are going to apply the LUT that we just downloaded. So press browse and then just search on your computer, find the LUT that you just downloaded. So I have it here. I'm just going to press on this cube file and open it up, and there you have it. So just by applying this S-Log to Rec. 709 converter, you can see that we get a lot more color in our clip. And if we just toggle this layer on and off, you can see the before and after. And this is just a way to convert your flat picture profile into a more normal look. And we need to do this before applying the MY LUTs, because the MY LUTs are made to be used on top of already corrected footage, I guess you could say. I'm going to show you more in just a second what I mean about that. Now that we have converted our footage, or not converted, but given it a little bit more color, the next step, the thing that I always do, is that I apply another adjustment layer on top of that. Because as you can see, this clip is a bit overexposed. Maybe it's not the best clip to show you, but I'm just going to use this clip because it is a bit overexposed. So this second adjustment layer we want to use to make some corrections to our clips to make sure that they look perfect before we apply the LUTs. On this second adjustment layer, I'm just going to go into the color correction tab here in Premiere Pro and do some minor corrections just to get the footage looking as normal or corrected as possible. Pull down the highlights a little bit. And I personally like to use the color wheels to make these adjustments. So I just pulled down the brightness a little bit on this clip because it was quite overexposed. But now we have something that looks a bit better. First we applied our lookup table, the flat picture profile, into the Rec 709. Then we did some minor color correction to make it look a bit more finished, I guess. So now that we have set up the basic adjustments, we are now going to apply the MV LUTs to make that final change and get the footage to look more stylized and more cinematic the way we want it. So just the same way as before, we're going to take the adjustment layer, place it on top. So this is going to be our third adjustment layer. And again, go to color, and we're going to go down to creative and lookup tables. This time we're also going to browse, but we are going to browse for our MV LUTs, so the MV L0 to 10 that you have here. And the next thing to do is just to double click the files and you will apply the LUT to your clip. And the great thing about LUTs is that you can just, if you don't think the first one fits your clip the best, you can go browse again, choose the second one, look how that looks, and just go through all of these LUTs and see which one you think fits your footage the best. It all depends on the look that you're going for, what you want your footage to look like, what you want to express with your video. So just go through all of these LUTs and see which one you think fits the best. So as you can see, they give the footage very different kind of looks depending on which LUT you choose. But let's say I really like number 6 here, and I think this is the best one that fits my footage the best. But you might think that it's not perfect, I still want to do some changes. Then that's absolutely fine. You can either go here to the creative tab, go down to intensity and increase or decrease the intensity of the LUT. So just how much you want the LUT to affect your footage. So you can just go slide it back and forth. I personally don't usually go over 100. I usually stay between 80 to 100 because I think that's the best. So let's say we set it to 90, but then we think, I want to add some more contrast. Then that's absolutely no problem. Just go to the basic tab and add a little bit of contrast. And let's say you think it's a little bit too saturated, just pull down the saturation tab and there you go. So we can say that you are super happy with how this looks. Then just you can toggle the on and off tab here on the left side to see how it looks before and after. And this LUT that we shows now, the MVL06, has a little bit of a teal and orange look, which I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice look. Teal and orange always works. And if we toggle all of these off, so this is what you had before and this is after. But as I said before, these LUTs also work if you don't record in a log format or a flat picture profile. So let's import a clip where I did not shoot in a flat picture profile. So this one, for example, import the clip, and I know for a fact this is the wrong size for this, but let's just, for the sake of this video, slow it down, slow motion, and increase the size of it like that. So we have our clip here, and this clip was recorded in a Rec 709 format. So in this case, we don't need this first adjustment LUT from Sony, because we already have, you could say that you skip this first step with the first adjustment layer because we already have this result straight out of camera. So what we would do is just add an adjustment layer, and on this first layer we would adjust the color correction just a tiny bit. So if we think the footage is a bit bright, dark or something like that, go to the color wheels and add a little bit of contrast by pulling down the shadows a bit and something like that. So we just did a small correction, and the next step is to apply the MY LUTs. So what we are going to do is add another adjustment layer, go up to Creative tab, go to the lookup tables, browse for our MY LUTs, and again go through all of LUTs. Oh, toggle it on and off so the layer is on, and we can go through all of our MY LUTs and see which one we think fits this clip the best. Whoops, that's the wrong one, that's not mine. Cine 4, Cine 5, not Cine 5, MVL 05, 06, 07, 08, oh I kinda like that, 09. So personally I like one of those LUTs that make this clip look a bit more orange, so maybe number 4. I like this. It makes it a bit more autumny. Can you say that word? It makes it look a lot more like it's autumn, and the colors pop. The orange and yellow colors pop a bit more with the MVL 04. So I'm going to use that. But I think it gets a bit dark, so I'm going to decrease the intensity of the LUT, maybe down to something like 90. And it's still a bit dark, but I kind of want it a bit dark, but I'm going to brighten up a little bit. Just a tad, just like that. So that's before and after. And here is before, and this is what it looks like after. So as you can see, these LUTs just gives your footage that little extra touch that I think makes the whole thing so much better. And when it comes to using these LUTs, it all pretty much comes down to just trial and error, and just trying a lot of different, going through the list of different LUTs and seeing which one fits your footage the best. So I'm just going to copy and paste, and I do that just by marking all of these or selecting all of them, holding down Alt and dragging the clips away. That way I can just copy and paste the adjustments layers with all of the adjustments on them. If we take a look at this clip again, then first here with all of the layers off except for the clip, you can see this is what it looks like in the log format, the flat picture profile. And then we add the first adjustment layer by just adding the S-Log2 to Rec 709 conversion, and you get something like this. And then we do some simple correcting because I thought the clip was a little bright, and then we add the LUT. And here, if you want to try something else on this one, maybe you think that number 10 would fit this one good, or if number 9 would be the best one. 5, I like number 5. It gives it a really clean look. Here I could probably go up to the intensity of 100, have a little bit more contrast, and you get this really slim, clean look. Go to the color wheels, give it a bit more like this, and you have before and after the LUT. But they just give that extra little touch for all of your clips.